My name is Jonny Juarez. I'm 39 years old, from Healdsburg, California, but I've also spent 19 years in Santa Rosa, so I represent Santa Rosa. Kind of just do everything. I fix people's shit. I work on bikes, cars, fix houses. It's a 1969 XLCH. It's pretty much just a Paco frame, a bunch of shit welded into it, molded gas tank, kind of heavy on the molding. I felt that if I did a lowrider bike and just painted it really nice, and it would kind of just stand like a lot of people's bikes. There was like, how do you actually make a lowrider? Sure, you could slam it, and I did lower to lower originally and then brought it up so I can actually ride it. And I've been a fan of those cars and bikes since I was, 7, 8, 9 years old. And the Gypsy Rose just stood out. And then it just worked. It was like, that was the most iconic car for a complete culture, to represent a whole culture. And if you just do a few little licks on the bike and you throw that paint job on it and just make it the right aesthetics to kind of represent like an old Schwinn, which everybody's done before, but to make it just my own way, it was like, if you're gonna do that, you gotta do it the right way. Started talking with Cindy Valadez, and me and her started talking, and pretty much I got the green light, and that was a really cool experience, because once I had that, then it was time to really go for the Gypsy Rose. The risers, my buddy Jacob gave them to me as a gift. I don't know, they're hard to find, let's just say that, and most people already know that. They come from a 1940s exercise bike, XO something. There would be one that would come up, and I guess it was from what I was reading, rehabbing your knees or some shit, so you would sit there on this exercise bike. So you would get one per bike, per exercise bike, and they're all twisted and tweaked. You had to straighten them because it was, if it's a 350-pound guy doing it compared to some, 110-pound chick, way different torque on that one long riser, and they were like handmade, but I'm pretty sure somebody was making these things. I don't know how they made it. Somebody might know. I've asked a lot of people, but the holes were completely different. I was warned about that, and I still went for it, and my buddy Jacob made me shims, and we just fought the hell out of those things. Holy shit, that wheel. Rick at RKB Custom Speed. I was able to tell him what I wanted, and you could say what you want, but to actually have somebody who knows what they're doing, listening to you, and comprehending what you're actually saying, and either telling you they can't or can't, he was pretty confident. And looking at that guy's work, I was like, I fucking think this dude could do it. Like I was telling you earlier, it's like anybody can make anything look fucking good. Sure, I get that, but to make it functional, to make that Cragar cut that thing the way he cut it, and to center, make sure everything's centered. I mean, it's just all the little pieces that had to go in the center of that wheel. It's fucking absolutely beautiful. So it is two Cragars that were turned into one. And obviously we've all seen a Cragar put on a bike. I've seen it. I've had friends who have done it. And you always have an ugly side. And that was the way. It was like I had to have this fucking wheel done. Thinking things were right, because I'm always slapping together shitty choppers, so I just think things are right. And then I'm like, oh, that's cracked and that doesn't work. It'd work anywhere else, but I can't have that because I'll have a leak. Shit like that, things I wasn't ready for. Front end's been a fucking situation. Those risers were fucked. My buddy at Black Hat fucking helped me with those. I couldn't tell you how many hours in those risers. Everybody's like, hey, where'd you get those? How much are those? Where do I find those? Are you gonna make those? It's like, dude, that is fuck those things. They are bitchin', super rad. I was warned. They're rad, but there's so much work in those fucking things, dude. It's just ridiculous, because they're risers. It should be easy, right? Just how to deal with people better. And I also learned how to I have never had to I got friends around here and we just fucking slap together stuff. Some people make really beautiful things. My shit's all over the fucking scales of stuff, because I've had a lot of cars, a lot of fucking bikes, a lot of cars, and I've never had to outsource so many people. And that was a new learning experience, is how to outsource, and I made some wrong decisions, and I've had to make the right decisions and figure out the right, and That was a big fucking learning curve, is I've never had to like farm farther than my close friends for stuff. And a lot of people came through really solid. I fucking stoked. But that was a huge thing, because for people who want to do this for a living, you better have a fucking team, straight up. You need a fucking A team or your shit is not gonna be right. Oh man, that list is so long. The Valadez family, Jesse Valadez, who built the car, the gentleman who built the Gypsy Rose, his whole family, his wife, his daughters. That's a heavy one, because their father built a super iconic car. And so I have to thank that family first. Don Heckman, one of the painters, to thank him for helping. Remo for painting it. Rick for that rear wheel. God, that thing is beautiful. My buddy Jacob Crane, Pork Chop, Meg Andrew. There's so many people. You know, there's Mike and Amanda and Brandon, Cody, Zane. My buddy Dave Klein has fucking serious money in this bike. Like, that's a rad friend. He pulled me out of some fucking deep ditches. I owe that guy a lot in life. My kids for sure, man. Odin and Jethro. I'm gonna forget people and be a dick. You know how that goes, man. There's like so many fucking people. A whole fucking community. I don't know if you guys have been watching, but like Healdsburg, man, my town's put articles in papers. They reached out. It's crazy, like this, my whole community backed me.